Hey there, everybody. Jeff Antoniuk here from JazzWire. Welcome to the guided listening session. So today we're going to be listening to an old bebop tune, John Lewis tune called Milestones. Now there's a couple different songs called Milestones, very convenient. And so we refer to old milestones or new milestones. When you're on a gig and someone says, let's play Milestones, not that simple. Someone on stage is going to say old milestones or new milestones. So old milestones is the one with a bunch of chord changes, this one. New Milestones is a modal composition by Miles. Okay, so we're going to be listening to one of my heroes, Joe Henderson, and one of his more modern Verve recordings. And by modern, I mean in the last like 40 years. This is with John Scofield on the guitar, Dave Holland on bass, and Al Foster on drums. Really, really great recording. Pretty sure he won a Grammy for this album or the one right before it or after it. It's a wonderful song. It's one we're working on in the blue community inside JazzWire. So if you haven't yet, take the free trial. You hear me talk about it. It's about 2 seconds to sign up. No credit card, no nothing. And come look around and come check out the lessons that we're doing on this particular one. And while we're at it, we've just announced the dates for the Winter Summit. It's a 3-day workshop, January 29 through February 2nd of 2025. So that's coming up in whatever that is, 3-4 months. And it's an online workshop. So we have folks from across the United States, across Canada, and of course across the world. We've had folks from New Zealand and Australia and Europe and everywhere do this workshop with us. It is really, really powerful, even though it's something that we're doing virtually online. We've really figured out how to have a great time together, how to be playing, how to have you and I playing together a bunch, and a ton of discussion about the music and improvisation and style and everything else. It's for all instruments, so check out the web address. We've opened registration yesterday. So yeah, jump on it. We have 24 spots open. They're going to be gone soon, so grab one. All right, so let's jump into this tune. There's so much great stuff here. What I want for you to focus on is Al Foster's cymbal. Okay, Al Foster's ride cymbal, the sound of his cymbal, and I'll tell you what to listen for. And John Scofield. Listening, it's just a quartet. Scofield is a melodic player, right? He can play melodies on the guitar, and he does. He's the only guy comping. So there's how he mixes comping and melodies, not only for in the melody itself. Is he just comping as Joe plays the melody? Is he playing the melody and there's no comping, no chords? And then behind Joe's solo and behind his own solo, he's soloing melodically, but who's playing the chords? Nobody. And if there's a chord, it's him. It's really, really interesting to think about how a guitar player and or piano player mixes those two roles of melodic playing and harmonic playing. And inside the harmonic playing is rhythm. It's pretty cool. So let's just jump into the tune, and I may start it quickly, but what I want you listening for with Al Foster is how he's riding on the ride cymbal, dang, 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 gang, and he'll use the shoulder of the stick on the cymbal, and it gives sort of a higher pitched accent sound. Or he'll hit the bell of the cymbal, the little round part in the middle, and that gets a different higher accented sound. And how Al Foster is using that sound to play the melody on the drums, to reinforce the melody, and then also to add little propulsive kicks. So a couple of things to listen for. Let's jump into it. You hear that with the cymbal. You hear what I'm talking about? Those little moments when Al connects his timekeeping role with the melody. So let's go back and listen to that from the top one more time. See if you can hear what I'm talking about. Didn't do it there. There were 2 hits there. The last one he hit with the melody. The second last one was a little interjection between the melody. So here's the thing. I don't want a drummer always doing my role because that would just be us playing unison. I don't want the drummer necessarily never doing my role because now I'm playing with, there's no interaction, right? So there's that perfect in between. And then the hip thing a drummer can do is comment on what's going on, right? Like I can have a conversation with somebody, but I want them offering things in between what I say. I want them pushing me ahead. So that's what Al is a genius at. Al Foster is one of my favorite drummers, and this is one of the reasons. Let's do this. Let's go back to the top and listen to Scofield. So he has two options. Is he playing the melody or is he comping? Let's check it out. He's comping chords. Now he's playing the melody. He's playing the melody. Isn't that cool? Electric guitar and tenor sax on the melody. And some little chords in the back. But still, he's playing the melody. And we hear L in between. Melody. Oh, so now Scofield's not playing the melody, he's comping. Now he's doing both. Melody. Melody, right? And now he's playing the melody and harmonizing it with chords. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got Scofield comping in the back, Al Foster, Dave Holland swinging. So listen to Al for a little bit now. So his role of moving it ahead, he is just swinging independently in a sense, but then there are those moments that he'll comment on what Joe said or say his own thing. Right? All those little offbeat, syncopated moments there. But he's not doing it incessantly. Great balance. Oh, cool pedal tone from Dave Holland there. Let's talk about Dave Holland. Listen to the bass. So he's swinging, right? Quarter notes, but ornamented. Now, do you hear how much Al is interacting? Listen to what Dave Holland does when Al Foster starts getting busier. Dave Holland is keeping it marching forward. So he's the guy that kind of stays home and lets Al go off and have all this fun and makes it make sense. Dave Holland never wobbles, never wiggles. It is so driving, but relaxed. And that's the bass player you want that allows the drummer to do their thing. It's pretty cool. So we haven't even talked about Joe Henderson yet, one of my favorites. So these little flurries of notes, that's a very Joe Henderson thing to do. Fast flurries, trills every once in a while, and great melodies inside the chords. Cool motivic moment, playing the same shape 3 times in a row. Great playing. Another little motivic thing hiding in there. Wow. There's that bell of the cymbal. That's an Al Foster signature thing. He's not the only drummer to hit the bell of the cymbal, but he's one of the only that has that as a regular part of his sound. He mixes it into his ride more than anybody I know. So listen to Scofield, melody, right? Single line, nobody comping. Really great, modern sound. That's Scofield. Nobody's going to confuse that with anybody else in this traditional jazz setting. I love it. So it's trio. There's 3 voices, no comping. But now he's catching 2 and 3 note chords under his line. He's comping for himself now. You hear Al in the back pushing things ahead. Man, Dave Holland, holy smokes, so swinging. And those crunchy chords that Scofield's playing, 7ths and 9ths, and they're not really huge chords, 2 or 3 notes sometimes, but that's a real Scofield sound of finding those great crunches. It's almost like hitting a crash cymbal on the drums. It's like that's his crash cymbal, how he can make a note really matter by harmonizing it in this cool, dissonant way. Wonderful. So again, listen to how Scofield's handling his role here. What is his role? Melody or comping? Okay, he's comping. But then jumps into the melody, like right in the middle of it. Wow. You hear Al playing the melody. And you hear Dave Holland keeping everybody moving ahead. Fantastic. And that ending was so cool. After we hit the final note, there's a little boom, boom, how Dave Holland and Al kind of kept the machine going, or they were sort of playing a little bit together after Scofield and Joe kind of, ended the tune. Absolutely cool. And again, how they were listening to each other and creating something, beyond themselves, beyond their part. I hope you have an opportunity to go back and listen to that again, because of course my job here is to talk over this great music, which is frustrating, I get it. But the idea is now go back and listen. Go back and listen to just Al Foster and those moments when he's supporting the soloist and those moments when he's disagreeing, when he's yelling at the soloist, come on man, go, or stop it, I got this. It's a conversation. And then listen to Scofield, and same thing. How he's comping behind Joe, how he's comping behind himself. Then listen to all that going on and listen to Dave Holland and just how it's like, this incredible momentum. It's so hard to do when all hell's breaking loose around you and all these amazing ideas from 3 of the greatest musicians in the world, and you're Dave Holland and your job is like, I got this. I'm making these guys sound good. And how he's swinging so hard on his own. With a bass player, it's kind of cool. They're not playing really they're playing quarter notes. Ba-ding, ding. Well, see, I went ba-ding. That wasn't a quarter note. That was a pickup to a quarter note. Bong, dong, 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 dong. Right? Just walking those burning quarter notes. And how important it is to be able to do that. But then different bass players have a different amount of embellishments they do. Ba-ding, ding, 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 ba-ding, ding, ding, ding. Those little skips, the little triplet fills, the little kind of 16th note triplet, ba-ding, ding, ding, grace note before the note. How much a bass player uses those. Some bass players, I've talked to bass players like, they don't like it. They don't like things being broken up so much. They're more driving quarter notes. A lot of bass players use those elements to kick things rhythmically. So there's a lot of answers to how to be a great bass player. And so it's kind of fun to listen to various bass players and see how they solve it. And the thing is, playing with this drummer versus that drummer, a good bass player may sort of change their approach. If they're playing with a busier drummer, maybe I need to hold down the fort more, be more foundational. If I'm playing with a straightforward drummer, maybe that allows me more kind of sonic real estate to do my thing. Really interesting. All right. Well, I could talk endlessly about Joe, about this album, about John Scofield, who I like so much, about Dave Holland being one of my favorite of the modern drummers. Al Foster, maybe, my list of my favorite 3 drummers, Al's on it for sure. Great recording. If you don't know this recording, it's called Musings for Miles. I think it's called So Near, So Far, subtitle Musings for Miles or something like that. Great album. A bunch of Miles Davis related songs. and it's this band just doing a great job of it all. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you come into Jazzwire and check out this week and the next 2 weeks. More advanced lessons on this song and how to be improvising on it, sounding good for all instruments. And then the 3 days of this kind of material blown out at the end of January 2025. So visit the website. Hope we'll see you there, and hope we'll have a chance to work with you for those 3 days. Wherever you are on Earth, it's going to work because it's an online, virtual, Zoom-based idea, and it's just time zones is the only thing we have to haggle with. And I know my time zone's going to be fine. You figure it out on your own. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a great time.